You won't believe if I tell you how many projects remain unpaid just because freelance language professionals forget to invoice them. And this is just one example why personal project management is essential for every freelance linguist. I won't get tired to repeat that to be a freelancer means to be an entrepreneur. And freelance businesses have all characteristics of any other businesses. And if we take a look at freelance businesses from the business point of view, we will see that such things as tasks, assignments, projects, translation jobs do not exist. All of them are called sales, and all freelance business activities are called operations. So let's think and analyze freelance business from this point of view using these correct terms. Every business keeps a record of operations and sales. Can you imagine a computer shop where employees sit by the end of the year trying to remember how many laptops they sold in May? I think it is a bit strange. This freelance business without personal project management looks like this. The record of operations and sales is a reference point for every business. Freelance business is not an exception. Some language professionals sometimes tell me I don't use any personal project management tool because I work with a client who has their project management system. So I just need to make a couple of clicks to invoice all of my projects by the end of the month. Great, but are you going to work with one client all your life? Normally, many language professionals have 10 customers. Now, imagine that you work with 10 different project management systems. So the record of your work, the record of your business operations is kept in 10 different places. From my point of view, such approach can help only Voldemort. Your personal project management should should unite this information from different sources into one unified source of information. It's your personal reference point. Every business requires structure and organization. You will fail with the best business idea if you have a lack of structure and lack of organization. It's not only about planning some activities, different directions of work, of business are interconnected. It is the way how to be more effective, how to reach your goals. And personal project management is the way how you can organize your freelance business. If we compare a freelance business with a human being, I would say that project management is a skeleton of the body. And I think you agree that a person without bones looks a bit unhealthy. Speaking about invoices and billing, of course, project management is also essential for accounting and bookkeeping. You may tell me, okay, but I have my accounting program, I have my accountant who takes care of my invoices. The problem is that any accounting system, any accounting program is not up to date. In February, we enter our January sales. In March, we are going to prepare our value-added tax reports. And only by the 1st of May, for example, in Portugal, we need to analyze and estimate our profits last year. So this information is not up to date and it can be hardly used as a reference point for making business decisions, for making decisions with what customers you would like to proceed, or if you have enough time and room for new clients. Your personal project management is a reference point for your accounting. You can always compare the information kept in one place with your with another information. It is also effective. It also helps to avoid errors and mistakes. But that's not all. We should not underestimate the analytical functions of personal project management. How can we analyze our work? You know, some things can be seen only if we take rather big massive of information. For example, we can analyze projects completed within 1 year, and we see that, for example, normally a linguist translates 1000 words within 4 hours. But there is a client for whom 1000 words requires 5 hours. So is it effective to continue accepting projects from this customer? Maybe it is a good idea to raise your rates. Maybe you need to analyze this situation more carefully to find the root causes of this. Speaking about tools for personal project management, I am not going to promote any one of them. There are lots of applications and programs you can find on the web. Actually, your personal project management tool can be your notepad. The only requirement is to be accurate and to update the information. From my point of view, in terms of freelance business, a good Excel table can be a good project management tool. It is enough to track your operations. It's enough to keep a record of your sales. It is enough to have an overview of your freelance business. Some time ago, I even made a template for freelance linguists. If you would like to make such a table for yourself, you should just keep in mind several important requirements. You should think over about your normal working processes, and you need to reflect the information that only the most necessary information. What I recommend to include, for example, you accept projects, so you need to add project start date. It's good to add your project number. Okay, the next point, who sent you this project? Does your customer use some project numbers? What was the service? What is the source language? What is the target language? What is the cost, volume, or rate and volume? What was the deadline? When it was actually delivered? When you invoice it? When the invoice has been paid? If it has not been paid, maybe you can add some automatic functions that highlight this row in some color, so when you open your file you can easily see projects that have not been paid by the date. So you add only the most important information. And speaking of analytical functions, I strongly recommend you to add 2 parameters. The first parameter is the reference word count. Even if you accept project with a flat budget, or your customer pay per hour or per page, it's really important to keep the record of actual word count. Do it for yourself. It's just the way this information is required only to analyze your work. It's not for your customers, it's only for you. And the second analytical indicator is actual time spent. Always write down how much time have you spent on every project. For example, according to the estimation, a linguist should complete the review within 5 hours. But what if you spend 7 hours, or vice versa? What if you need less time? All this information is required to analyze the effectiveness of your cooperation with different clients. And I would like to give you a small tip and a small recommendation that can help you to develop your customer relations. I strongly recommend all independent language professionals to have their own project numbers. It's a matter of professionalism. But take a look from the client's point of view. For example, instead of writing that you just accept their project, you write something like this. I accept your project and register it under my number and provide this number. Maybe it works better with direct clients, but it is the way how you can send a strong signal of professionalism to your customers.